I want to talk to somebody this morning that's in a fiery situation. The text suggests that Moses gets so caught up in this encounter and this conversation with God that he forgets everything else that's going on. Don't miss what I just said now. He had something going on over here, but when he starts talking to God, he forgets everything else that he's got going on. Here it is. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care how the fire is burning. I don't care how the situation is pressing you. When you meet God and God starts talking to you, everything else that you've been dealing with does not matter. I wish I had somebody. When you give God your attention, everything that had your attention loses your attention. When you take your focus off that and put your attention on God, the stuff that's been distracting you, God deals with. Anybody, pulpit included, that God has ever used has been close to the fire. See, anybody that God really uses, at some point in your life, you have to deal with some fire. Don't miss that now. If you check the book, anybody that God has significantly used, they've spent some time dealing with the fire. That's why you don't have time to be embarrassed about your mistakes, your struggles, or your situations, because a prerequisite to serving God is spending some time in the fire. I wish I had some help in here right now. Listen, don't ever think you qualified for kingdom service because you can testify that you don't do this. You ain't never done that. You ain't never thought about this. You ain't never been over there. Hello, somebody. Fire is not just for burning. Fire is also for learning. Somebody just missed what I said. See, fire is not just for extermination. Fire is also for preparation. That's why the old church says, I've been in the fire. I've come through the flood. Is there anybody that's already been through the fire? Text says, Dion, when God saw him moving toward the fire, that's when God spoke up. It's about to get good now, y'all. And longer he was looking at the fire, Courtney, God didn't say nothing. But when he took his first step toward the fire, that's when God says something. See, it's one thing to look at the fire. It's another thing to get close to the fire. When God saw him getting close to the fire, that's when God stepped in. Honest moment. There are about 100 of y'all that ought to be rejoicing. Because you got close enough to feel the heat from it, but God didn't let you die in it. Did you hear what I said? God let you get close enough to feel the heat from it, but God did not let you die in it. Others went in and lost their mind, but God let you survive it. Other folks fell in and got burned by it, but God let you survive it. Other folks were fascinated and lost their life to it, but God let you survive it. Listen. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You know you were close to it. Fascinated by it. Like the way the flames were jumping in front of you. And you were about to put your foot in it. Oh, God. But just about the time you were getting ready to step in it, some of you were going to jump over in it. But at the last minute, I say just in the nick of time, just before you got ready to burn your shoes off, God called your name out of the fire. Anybody thankful that before you stepped in it, God called your name? Watch this. Do you know why, Reed, your business ain't in the street? Do you know why I'm a pastor? Do you know why Hudson is a deacon? Do you know why Pastor Moore is a respected member of this church? Do you know why McLaughlin can sit there and act like he been in the church all his life? Because even though we got close enough to the fire to feel the heat, God fixed it so we didn't smell like smoke. Did you hear what I said? Is there anybody thankful that you got close to the fire, but God don't let you smell like smoke? Folk can't smell what you've been through. Folk can't smell what you've done. Folk can't smell where you've been. Every now and then you need to tell folk, get you a whiff of this. I've been close to the fire, but God didn't let me smell like it. Don't get it twisted now. Don't get it twisted. Don't come up in here and think David's Jesus Jr. Hello, somebody. Don't ever fool yourself like I ain't never done anything wrong. I've been close to the fire. I mean, I done like Indians and danced around the fire. Hello, somebody. But God is so good that when he snatched me from the fire, he didn't let me smell like smoke. So I can walk with my head lifted up, with praise on my lips, thanksgiving in my heart, because I don't smell like smoke.
Visit our website. There you will find information on how to obtain a copy of today's teaching in its entirety. Dr. Christopher Davis, Senior Pastor of St. Paul Baptist Church in Memphis, Tennessee. Dr. Davis invites you to worship service at St. Paul, located at 2124 East Holmes Road, just west of Airways Boulevard in Memphis. Thank you for tuning in today.